Ladies and gentlemen, our next play is a very local story. It takes place in the basement of a radio station in Madrid, New Mexico. KMRDLP 96.9, a low-powered radio station who thinks it's in the best public interest to fill the airwaves with incredibly unknown and unpopular music and mundane conversation day in and day out. The lead character in this story is Edgar, who has a show on KMRD. It showcases radio dramas and horror stories. His show's late on a Monday night, and Edgar has a constant fear that no one's really even listening to his show. So he's always trying to get his friends to listen. And that's where our play begins, with Edgar's stoner friends tuning in on their radio to catch their friend's show in a play called Locked in the Basement.
Turn up, bro.
Oh, and the 69.9?
Oh, it's 66.9.
98.
That's not it.
It should be 69.
69.69.
Oh, wait. 96.9.
That's not it.
96.9. It's 96.9. Yeah.
No, that's not it.
I'm telling you. I believe in you. Wait.
I don't think so.
That's it.
Oh, hey, what's up, Edgar, man? You been listening?
Oh yeah, man. I caught a few tracks on the way in. Real trippy stuff.
Hell yeah, representing Chi-Town, brother. So, hey, Edgar, what's up with your show tonight? You gonna, like, get all dark and weird, or, like, more of the dark, weird classics? Dude, I gotta tell you, man, some of that old shit you read and play is pretty fucking damn twisted, bro.
Yes, the more that I read, the more I realize there were some deeply disturbed people back in the 1800s.
There are some deeply disturbed people walking down the streets of Madrid right now, huh? Oh, Edgar, you know, I've been meaning to ask you, bro. Do you ever get high before you go on the air, man?
No, man. I'm nervous enough already.
Oh, hell yeah. Me too, brother. That's why I get high before I go on the air. Shh. Don't tell Stella.
No, of course not. So, this little German lady messaged me, and I finally got a hold of her. She's going to be on the show tonight. She's written a book about the Butcher of Berlin, a snuff filmmaker from back in the 60s.
Sorry, dude, it happens all the time. Like snuff film? Like as in when they kidnap and torture people on film? That is some craziest shit, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of dark shit out there. Anyway, I Googled her, and all I found is that she worked on some crazy art films back in the 70s. She also has some poetry out there. Dark stuff. Really bizarre. Anyway, I've got to go meet her and prep her for the show. How much time do I have?
You got a couple tracks, man. Go ahead, do your thing. Edgar, man, you really like think it's such a good idea, like bringing somebody down here into the station you haven't even ever met? Like for all you know, her Butcher of Berlin book is like an autobiography or some shit, man. Woo! Just kidding, man.
Whoa! Crazy storms we've been having. Come on in.
It's just a little lightning. There are many things to be more afraid of in this world.
You've got that right. So the other DJ is just finishing up his set. That gives us a chance to get to know each other and get familiar with our little community radio station. Come on in. Follow me down here. So we're all volunteers down here. We don't have anyone in a booth outside the studio or anything like that. It would just be you and me down here for the hour.
I know, Edgar. You told me. That is just how I wanted it to be. I enjoy your show. And I understand this is a local, low-power radio station. I have always wanted to share my work over the radio. Hopefully, he can give the listeners a good fright.
Yes, yes indeed, Helga. Most of the DJs only play music, but I like to transport my listeners to another, darker world.
I know all about taking people apart. I mean, taking them outside of themselves. Sorry, my English is wrong.
So, Helga, if you have to use the restroom, it's right up through this door, but don't shut the door all the way. Otherwise, you'll be locked in the basement with me. I'm just kidding. But, so let's get ready. As I mentioned, I really like to read from the classics with my guests. I thought we would read a bit of Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. You know, stanza for stanza.
Oh? Yes, okay. Stuff is pretty simple, but sure, we can try.
Simple? Oh, never mind. Just
Right on, Transcendental Man. This music makes me have flashbacks, man. DJ Windy City's pretty cool, but I like the next show, Edgar's show. It's way trippy. And Edgar seems kind of normal, but he sure is into some weird shit, man.
DJ Windy makes me want to dance, man. Edgar's the man, bro. Remember, his acting and his voices? Oh, they're so terrible. They're awesome.
Right on.
Oh, man. He said that, remember last Halloween? He had some crazy psycho killer loose in the basement at the radio station.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! I hope Edgar gets crazy tonight. He said for the month of October, there's gonna be way creepy with mad surprises, man. I feel like getting scared.
Edgar, you're all set up on channel 1. I'm on channel 2. Just let this one play out till the top of the hour. Do your thing, brother.
Helga, this is DJ Windy City.
Oh, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. You been listening to this? Yes, I was from Chicago, like late 80s, like 30 years ago or something.
I prefer the last rock stuff from Chicago, like KMFDM, a German group. The industrial music, same time frame. It all started with Kraftwerk in the 70s. The whole electronic music thing. You know this, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the industrial stuff. I mean, like, you know, Chicago, but like Chicago and Detroit are the heart and soul of house music, of electronic music. Like, I can't dance like this. The Kraftwerk.
Okay. Everything is influenced by everything else. All right. We'll see you next week, man. Just remember not to shut the door on the way out.
Oh, yeah, it's the door.
Hey, that's it.
I hope you're not afraid of the dark, the shadows, the unknown, the macabre. This is the Edgar Allan Lovecraft Show on 96.9 FM KMRD LP, Madrid, New Mexico. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show. Thank you for listening to The Witching Hour. I'm here with Miss Helga von Braun, my surprise special guest. She's written a book about the Butcher of Berlin, a serial killer who made snuff films back in the 1960s.
I don't like the term snuff film, Edgar. The Butcher of Berlin made some very high art that would appear a bit, well, demented. But anyway, sorry to interrupt.
I just say snuff because he tortured and eventually killed his actors. That's just the term in America for those kinds of illegal films.
Edgar, I am just saying it was still art, even if some people had to die in the process. How do you know the Butcher of Berlin was a man, anyway? No one was ever caught, Edgar.
You're right, Helga. So, moving right along, I've asked our guest to read with me from Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. 'Tis the season, you know. Once, upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary.
Oh, distinctly I remember, it was in the bleak December.
Okay, that was fun. We're gonna play a little creepy Halloween music for you folks, and we'll be right back with Miss Helga von Braun to talk about her book and read a few excerpts from it. Here we go.
Edgar, I am sorry, I need to use the restroom.
I know we've never met, but you asked me to be on this show. I didn't seek you out. I know it's not the author's hour on NPR. We're just a little community radio station trying our best to please our listeners, but I want to read from your book and promote it, but can you just go along with me while you're here as my guest?
You're right, Edgar. You are not the host of the author's hour. I have listened to your show since you came on a few years ago, and your attempts at writing are, how shall I say, immature.
Helga, if you want to leave, I'll show you the way out. But if you want to stay here, all I ask is that you have some manners with me. Immature? Really?
I am sorry, Edgar. I realize you are new to writing on radio. Sorry, I'm just an old German lady with sometimes no tact. I forget you Americans are sensitive and need to be handled with, how do you say it, kids' gloves?
Okay then, let's do a little interview and read from your book.
Wow, this lady is super rude. I can't imagine the conversation they had during that last break.
It's on act, remember? He said he's gonna have some surprises, like some creepy German lady that was into serial killers and shit.
Hell yeah!
Welcome back to the dark side. I'm here with Helga von Braun. I have to apologize to Miss von Braun for making her read something she wasn't really ready for.
You've been making me read some simplistic American nursery rhyme.
Okay then, let's talk about you. You're obviously from Germany and don't really care for American writers. Who are some of your favorite German authors? I'm not really that familiar with them. The only person from Germany I can think of is David Hasselhoff.
Ha ha, Edgar, very funny. David Hasselhoff is an icon in Germany. They have many famous authors, like Grimm and Goebbels.
Did you say Goebbels? You mean the propaganda minister for the Nazis?
Yes, he was quite a writer and filmmaker. And what? Your John Wayne and Ronald Reagan were not propaganda ministers? All they did was help make propaganda films, glorifying war and death, and neither of them ever served in your military yet. People hold them up like they are war heroes.
John Wayne was known more for his westerns, and Reagan... You know what? Never mind, Helga. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. I've tried to get along with you, but this just is not working out.
But we haven't read from my book yet, Edgar. That is the only reason I came on your little show.
Whoa, they really worked this script out. This is getting really heavy.
Edgar's the man, bro. Oh, I'm gonna buy you a drink after the show, Edgar.
Look, Helga, you've insulted me for the last time. I'm gonna show you out. Folks, listeners, I'm gonna play a little something. I will be right back. Whoa! Oh,
If
oh,
you
oh.
cut to another song and not read my book, I'm going to cut you.
Whoa! You need to put that thing away. Folks, listeners, this isn't a skit. This crazy lady has actually pulled a knife on me. Now, no offense, Helga, but you're a feeble old lady, and I'm not a bodybuilder or something, but don't make me force you. Oh, to hell with it. Just read from your damn book, and then you've got to go. This is all dialogue, like a script. I'm not an actor. This is a torture scene. What the hell?
Ah, yes, my book is about the Butcher of Berlin. She tortured people. I will read in the third person, and you will read the part of the person being tortured. The Butcher of Berlin walks into the room to see her subject seated in a dark corner. He is drugged and tied to a chair, muttering slurred words from being beaten and tortured.
Please don't hurt me anymore. I can't take the pain. My wife, my kids, stop. I can't breathe.
With pain in your voice, Edgar, do you need some help getting into character?
Helga, I am not an actor. I'm a radio DJ on a little community radio station. To hell with it. Somebody call the cops. You, out of the station. Hold on. I don't want to die. Folks, this is no joke. This fucking crazy lady just pulled a gun on me.
Edgar, this is awesome!
The best show ever, Edgar. Woo!
That is the voice I want, Edgar. Begging, pleading for your life. See, I can't get you into character. When I said your work was immature, I meant your vocabulary. It's crazy. Crazy? That is all you can come up with? There are so many good words. Demented, deranged, maniacal, psychotic. And English is not even my first language. I know your type, Edgar. You're into dark subject matter, but are afraid of the dark, the shadows, the unknown. You just like to play on the edge, but never go over it. Remember when I went to the bathroom, Edgar? The door is locked. But I am not locked in the basement with you. You are locked in the basement with me. Yes, Edgar, I am the Butcher of Berlin. I am getting old, and I have not received the fame that I deserve. You have been chosen to be my last actor. Now! Read, muttering slurred words from being beaten on torture.
Edgar, I wanna have your baby!
Please! Please! Ah! Please don't! Oh God! Please don't hurt me anymore! Ah!
Edgar, I know you had it in you. And now, Edgar, here is the Engelschlitten. Of English, it's called the Angel's Cradle.
Edgar, Dad, you're not supposed to lock the darn door.
Have you been listening?
I tried not to listen to Edgar. I heard it in there arguing with some German lady.
No, this isn't a skit. He always tells me when he's gonna do those, like trying to get me to listen to his show. Remember last year when he played a struggling artist in the community theater?
Yeah.
He's a terrible actor. This is real.
This is real.
Yeah, this is real. He's actually getting tortured in there. We gotta save him before she kills him. She's a snuff filmmaker, bro.
Well, Edgar ain't one of my favorite people. But I don't want to see him get killed by some crazy German lady. Whoa! Now you ain't gonna be the first German I ever killed. Don't make me fill you full of lead, you crazy ass crap. Now look it. I want you to take that knife and that gun and put them down. Slowly.
I am the butcher of Berlin. My fame will live on long after I die.
Cat!